Hello and welcome back to another Magic Arena video. I am Magic Sven, and today we're playing, one of my favorite archetypes. It's just straight up mill, and it is blue-black mill to be specific. Recently, this deck got a couple new cards that have been performing very well in the deck. It's Mesmeric Orb. This came from the Retro Artifact set. Whenever a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent's controller mills a card. So if you play this on turn 2, usually Mesmeric Orb can mill up to anywhere from like 10 to 15 cards during the game. And the other card that came out is Jace the Perfected Mind from Phyrexia All Will Be One. Planeswalker, 3 mana for with completed, +1 to get a creature -3/-0. Very important, that ability in nullifying one of their creatures. -2, target player mills 3, then if a graveyard has 20 or more cards in it, you draw 3 cards. Good middle ability for drawing a card. But the most important one is the ultimate. It's -X, target player mills 3 times X cards. So one of the most common ways to play Jace the Perfected Mind is just to play it for 4 and -5 them right away. So that just nails them for 15 cards out of the library immediately. Then the rest of the deck is kind of the stuff that we expect to see. We see a Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I think this is one of the best mill spells they've printed recently. I did go down to 3 because I think Historic's a very fast format, so it can be a little clunky to try and play 3 mana spells. Glimpse the Unthinkable, very efficient. 2 mana, target player mills 10. Makes a lot of sense in this deck. Drown in the Lock either counters or kills creatures based on the number of cards in the graveyard for them. Seek New Knowledge is just a good draw spell. Rune Crab is one of the classic mill cards. Whenever a land comes into play, each opponent mills 3 cards. 1 Cling to Dust because we are playing Mesmeric Orb, and it makes it that much easier for us to mill our own Cling to Dust and prevent whatever graveyard shenanigans that they've got going on. It's also nice to just like draw every once in a while, because sometimes you can just get the graveyard decks off of whatever their plan is. Fatal Push, Thoughtseize here, rounding out things, and then the land base is pretty much what you thought, all the blue-black lands. One interesting note is Ipnu Riverland, which can mill 4 cards, and Fabled Passage, which works with the Rune Crab. That's the deck. Let's see how it does on the ladder. Interesting hand here. We've got lots of interaction, but no mill cards. Kling's probably not doing what I wanted to in this position. I'm going to throw this one back. I think we can do a little better. Speaking of a little better, I think this is a little better. Definitely want Crab, Push, Orb. So I think it's between Jace and Glimpse. I think I'll put Glimpse to the bottom. Everything else here kind of has a place. Land from opponent and a retro, a Fitter Foundry. Ornithopter, and we're gonna keep up our Fatal Push here now. End of turn, I suspect they'll sack the Ornithopter to the Foundry. They might not if they have a read. If they do, good for them, but also like still pretty good for us. All right, they do it, and your read was correct. I do have the push. So, get away with that one there. Next turn, we'll either play Crab into Orb, or Crab into land, or just play the Orb. We've got two lands up. Kind of makes me want to play Orb. They're probably just playing retrofitter stuff. They might have a counterspell. If they do, that's okay. Don't mind too much. Prevents them from doing orb stuff. They do have the Rebuke. So that's okay. That was going to probably get whatever we played. Mox Amber, not doing too much right now, but the Emery comes down. Looks like this is mono blue artifacts. Shouldn't be too surprised if we see another Rebuke come down here. Do not. Alright, lands and Orb. Second Rebuke? No. Okay. We are going to make a servo though. And we get 4 mill triggers, which is pretty good. And we'll see what they can get back. Another Foundry, Moonsnare, Ornithopter, land. Nothing too scary. So this is, you may cast, so you can't actually get the land back, but you can get Ornithopter. And that will be doing some retrofitting for sure. Springleaf Drum, more mana for the opponent. Yeah, Emery is a good one against me for sure. And a Thought Monitor. Okay, that's a nice one. Worth noting that they're tapping a ton of permanents though. So this Mesmeric Orb is going to do a good amount of work. I'll be happy to block here if that's what they want to do. They don't. Orb going to mill us some. Here's a glimpse. So I could just glimpse. They have bounce spells. I don't really want my crab to get removed. If I play Jace, I play Jace for 4. I uptick Thought Monitor. We definitely are going to play this land, so we'll get that mill 3 in. Then I think I do just want to play Jace. It's efficient at this cost. If they've got the counterspell, they've got the counterspell. They don't. I don't think I've got enough to draw 3 cards. I don't. So I'm just going to -3, -0 on the Thought Monitor. I will chump block... no tax. I will chump block a construct token this turn to protect the Jace. I don't really need the crab anymore. It's already done what it's supposed to do. And we get 5 mill triggers out of them. Size going to the graveyard. Nettle Cyst might come out this turn. I don't think they've got enough. No, they do have enough to play Cyst and equip it, which is somewhat of a problem. They could play it and equip it to the Thought Monitor. Does kind of look like that's what their plan is. And just take the Jace out. I wouldn't be too surprised if they go after me either. They do have to like win the game at some point. Okay, here's comes the re-equip. Onto the Thought Monitor as Thought Monitor. 6/9, nice. And in it comes at Jace. The construct should attack me. Definitely wish I just -15'd it now. Okay, and they're not attacking with the construct. We'll mill ourselves 4. Glimpse, glimpse. Another Jace. What are the odds I just die? Well, I don't see another Cyst in the graveyard. That's the one thing that kills me. Kills me dead. They're tapping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 permanents this turn. How many rebukes are in the graveyard? 1, 2. 2 rebukes. I think I just play this straight up. Mill you 15. Well, they do have a rebuke up right now, actually, with the Springleaf Drum. And they're gonna cast it. Okay. That's pretty good. No attacks. Mill 11? So now they can really just attack me with Thought Monitors. They can't do much of anything else without finding themselves milled down to nothing. 16 in the yard. So I need a Fabled Passage plus my Glimpse to resolve. That would do it. Or for them to tap low enough that it matters. Thought Monitor the second draws cards. I don't know if that's good. Now they can't... Now they lose to 1 land. Because they also have Orb. They could very well have another Rebuke, though. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so all 4 are gone. I'm just going to take 14 here. The only point that matters is the last one, they say. And I'm losing in the air anyways, so it doesn't matter that much. Alright, there goes some stuff. Second orb. So I need everything to resolve. And I see all 4 rebukes in the graveyard. So let's see if they have some other way to interact with me. If they don't, then we get this one. There goes the 10 cards. No attacks. Untap 2 permanents. 3 permanents, I guess. 6 triggers. Down they go. And yeah, take them down, mill them out. Mesmeric Orb. I'm pondering the orb, and it's working wonders for me. Historic Dimir Mill. Nice hand. Look at that. We got push, we got drown, we got glimpse, we got laughter. I'm laughing over here. And the Symmetry Sage. The most terrifying card you can see on turn 1 in the format. According to me, anyways. Let's untap. They don't usually play Spell Pierce. Sometimes they do, but it's usually like a one-of. So I'll let them spew their spells off. Okay, there's Symmetry Sage number 2. And play with fire me. Just going to resolve. Resolve. And now we push this Sage. And since they've got 1 card in the graveyard, that's enough for Drown in the Lock to be able to take out the second Sage. Just gonna pass here. I might take 3. If that's all they got going on. They have 2 cards in the yard now, so if they play something like... Okay. No, I think it's just right to just not take damage. Let's just not take damage. Watery Grave. I don't really want to mill them into reckless charges, but I will if I have to. Let's glimpse the Unthinkable. Okay, they did not get a reckless charge. And I'll just play that tap then. Alright, 40 cards in the library still. And they're just putting Gigantha in hand. Okay. That we can handle. Go play a Takanuma here. Just do some hideous laughing. She usually gets a ton of cards out of this deck, and indeed it got 17, which is pretty darn good. Straight up playing Bone Crusher Giant. Alright. There's the Reckless Charge. Comes down. Hit me for 7. Good chunk. I will eat this charge out of the yard. I don't want that happening to me again. Wherever it is. There you are. Goodbye. Rune Crab. Not bad. Don't think I want to Thoughtseize. I think I do want to seek new knowledge immediately, though. 22 cards on the deck. And put the Thoughtseize back. I can mill them for 5 right now. Take 4. They can't charge a Gigantha. I kind of feel like they have a second charge in hand. Melt Through. What the heck is Melt Through? What even was that? Interesting. Okay. Do I want to take 2? Taking 2 is real nasty. I don't think there's a reason to. I just want to play Crab and tap land. Mill you another 3. Let you play land, Gigantha, attack me, chump. Then I'll play Orb, Laughter. That should be enough. Hopefully. They did have the other charge. They 2 themselves. They do not have trample. It's important. All right, and we want a lower tap down. Melt Through to me. So mill 3. Let's just fire off some Laughter. Well, I'm laughing. Yeah, buddy. Kaboom! Oh, nothing makes me laugh like Tasha's hideous laughter. Good looking hand. We're up against Gigantha, which probably means wizards. I like our hand against wizards, so we'll keep that one. Lead on Dark Slick Shores, pass the turn. Gigantha can also mean burned, kind of the same deal there, but it looks like it is wizards. Wizards go down. Yeah, I found the only really effective way to fight this deck is just to get all their threats early off the board, quickly. Gotta go fast. Soulscar Mage resolves. I might just seek new knowledge here. Push is a wonderful draw. I'll put back the Passage. I don't need it right now. Classic, classic. I think I'll just play Crab, followed by land. Wouldn't be surprised here to get Crab bolted into turn. Okay, yeah, we'll just pass. Thought about pushing immediately, but I don't think there's a reason to. Yep. So here comes the Soulscar Mage. And now I'm definitely pushing something, but it's a pretty open question which one I do. This deals with the damage right now, just killing the Soulscar Mage. How many lands they have? They've got 4 cards in the graveyard. Spell Pierce. Wow, main deck. Okay. I respect the hustle. Alright. Crabs ahoy. And we destroy this now before they untap with instants and sorceries. No attacks. Again, pretty much expecting Crab to go down here. Looks like we do have the burn spell this time, but it's okay. Anytime that crabs are getting burnt, that's a time that I'm not getting static discharged. Like 3 damage is a lot against this deck. Looks like they've got a land still to play. Yep, and perhaps a burn spell to me? Indeed. Okay, they did a lot of damage to me this turn, but I do have Jace coming down. He's going to be the full power Jace. It's unlikely that they'll be able to juice it up enough, but if their last one is like an expressive iteration, okay, it's Reckless Charge. I assume they're just going to send this at me then. This is a lot of damage still. 6. Okay, yeah, and it is still coming at me. Not too surprisingly. They've got 9 cards in the graveyard. I am going to just plus again. Unfortunately, I do have to leave up my Drown. I don't think I can mess around too much there. Gigantha goes into hand. No attacks from the opponent. So they do not have anything they can do. My turn. Second Drown is quite good. Again, they're not close to 20 cards, so I'm going to keep doing this. Try and lock them out of hitting me for a ton more damage, but I do need to start winning the game pretty soon here. Jace is at 8, so that can mill for a good amount. Wizard's lightning me. I think I have to say no to that. Too much burn spell. Iteration. Again, I think I don't want that. That's just too much. If they have another Spell Pierce here, then hats off to them. Dang, another burn spell, okay. Watery Grave, not gonna cut it. And now we really do have to do this. We'll hit Tasha's Hideous Laughter. 25 on the top. 9 times 3, 8 times... Wait. Well, we do win the game, but I could have won it last turn, so let's not congratulate ourselves too much. I don't think I expected this to get 18 cards for some reason, though I obviously should have. We'll pass the turn and win the game. You know, it's okay if you let your deck down, if your deck just picks up where you left off and does all the work for you. Also nice when your opponent bricks. All these things are good and right. Let's move on. Yeah, I'll take it, I'll take it. I'm not too picky, I got a Thoughtseize. We're keeping that sucker. See what opponent is up to. We are on the play, which gives me some pause, but the fact that we have Thoughtseize is what is keeping this hand together. No Gigantha, so probably not Wizard. Whizbiz. Ah, we got Merfolks. Okay, and they are going to get a Tropical Island to hand. Sure thing, sure thing. Let's see what lords we got. We got Master of the Pearl Trident. We got Vladalian Hexcatcher. I'm not going to be blocking anyway, so I think it's got to be Hexcatcher here. Fortunately, they only have 1 card in their graveyard. I'll play the Orb, mill them, get some of my Drowns online here, but it's going to be tough sledding. I don't have Wrath of Gods. Maybe I should, but I do not currently. There's Civilium. Indestructible. And everything has Ward 1. And we're going to be drowning the Master here. Don't really have a choice. I'll pass. I'm not too scared yet. I'll just see what they're up to before I do anything. Mostly suspect we'll see more lords here. Even Collected Company probably comes down pre-combat. Just because you can hit that many more Masters of the Pearl Trident and that kind of thing. 43 cards in the deck. It's going to be tough sledding to get the last ones. Silver Gill Adept. Revealing Readery. Yeah, gotta let that one go. I just need to prevent damage here. Because as of now, I'm taking 9, which is not going to fly. And this guy's... Oof. Yet another lord. Okay, we're going to destroy you. Yes, Ward 1 will pay. These go back to 7, and I think we're dead. I don't think there's anything we can do to get out of this. It's just a little too fast. This does seem like a pretty rough matchup for the mill deck. They just play creatures and go ham against you. So, yep, nothing we can do here. GG Merfolk. I like this hand, but it's a little weak on the draw. I do have a crab. I think I'm still keeping it, though. Let's see what this deck is all about. Didn't really want another Jace, but, you know, that's the way she goes, boys. Luris. So is this artifacts, then? Treasure Vault. That definitely seems very artifacty. Okay, and we're putting the crab in a hole. You got it? You got it. Ouch, take my 1. Just pass the turn here, of course. Might push that Sentinel. It's doing a lot of work right now. I'll take the 1, though. Just double check that they're not trying to do something real fancy over there. Ingenious Smith. Okay. I think I'd still rather get the Sentinel. Next turn I'll go Jace. Uptick on Ingenious Smith, I think. They got another Sentinel, which is upsetting. Okay, that resolves. Still icing this, like I said. Auto pay. Played Dark Slick Shores, Jace, Phyrexian version. Uptick on the Smith. Now, they did get another Sentinel, which is going to be annoying. All that glitters is not gold. Okay. 3 damage to Jace. Let's seek some knowledge. I need some cards here. Those are good ones. My dog thinks those are good ones. I'll put the Watery Grave back. I don't need that right now. Just tap. I'm still gonna uptick. And just play Orb here. And here's some triggers. Alright, I fully expect them to try and take the Jace out here. Does seem worthwhile, and they do that. We will mill away some cards. I would have liked that Fatal Push. Did not want those lands, though, for sure. Tasha's Hideous Laughter does seem like where I want to be. So let's play that. Eat a huge chunk of their deck, 23 cards. Pretty great. And am I worried about... Let's see what's in here. So they've got Portable Holes, Lauren's Escape, Lauren. Given that there's Lauren's Escape, I'm going to do this now. Auto pay. Get out of here. Yeah, they do not have a bunch of white up at the moment, so I can do this with impunity. Mill you 2 more. Jace has the power to come down and mill 15. Toolcraft Exemplar. Sure. Hit me for 1. And there goes some cards. Thoughtseize is fine. Pretty sure I just want to gas them for 15 here. So let's do that. So they'll untap, mill 2, attack me for some amount. I think it is still correct to Thoughtseize here. Am I correct? Treasure Vault? No, I still can't even do that, really. Yep, definitely want Mikao's Reign of Truth to be gone. One card in the deck. If they attack me and don't kill me, they're dead. And it looks like that's it. Nice. Good game. Good game. So Mill ended up being really sweet in the format. You know, I didn't have that high hopes because the last time I ran a Mill deck in Historic, I got trounced pretty hard. But that was before we had Mesmeric Orb and Jace here. These cards just mill so much on their own that it really pushes the deck to a whole new level. And I would say this deck has a nice matchup against the Wizards decks that are just running rampant right now. Specifically because Tasha's Hideous Laughter just mills them for so much. Their curve is so low, so you can always get like 20-odd cards with this, with the Hideous Laughter. Very powerful. Same goes for the Artifact aggro decks that are running around too. We did see against like something like a Merfolk deck where they're constantly putting out threats. That's a lot harder to deal with because you have to race them, and usually they can win a damage race versus a mill race. So that's the deck. Really enjoyed playing it. Hope you liked the video. If you did, maybe leave a like or subscribe. But in any case, I will catch you next time. Thanks again.